Evo priče kako je David Moss krajem 70-ih putovao iz Amerike u Kragujevac.
When I arrived in, I came first to France, you know, the boat unloaded in Cherbourg in France, and we took a train to Paris. Guy who I became friends with on the boat, and I'm still friends with to this day, a great guy. And who also came to Kragujevac. He stayed there a couple weeks, man. He was a big star in Kragujevac. The guy's about 6'5", 6'6", great basketball player. So right away he was pressed into service on the courts, man, in Kragujevac, you know. Anyway, so we went to Paris, and the next day I got on the Simplon Express, which is the same as the Orient Express, except it ends in Belgrade instead of going all the way to Istanbul, but it's the same train, basically. Anyway, when we got to Yugoslavia in Sežana, which is the border, it's the Slovenian border town just across the way from Italy, these guys get on the train, you know, Tsarina, and they say, you know, pasoš. I gave my passport, and they started asking me questions. Of course, I couldn't understand a thing they were asking me. And the next thing I know, the guy's going, you know, come with us, I gather. And they grab me and they yank me off the train, you know. Like, what's going on? And so basically they confiscated everything. Uzeli su sve. Sve. Samo što sam imao bongos preko ramena. Uzeli sve. And voz odlazi. Ode voz. Ja stojim tamo potpuno neispavan, u stranoj zemlji, veze nemam, mislim. You know, it was wild. And so somehow or another, I got some guy, there's a little, like mala kafana bila tu. I ja pričam sa nekim čovjekom i on nije govorio engleski, ali nekako on je bio talentovan, on je uspio da mi tačno opisuje kako treba da stignem do Beograda. He explained, you know, first. Anyway, so the point being that I did make it to Belgrade, but I made it to Belgrade about 10 hours later than I was supposed to. So these guys had come from Kragujevac. They're waiting for me at the train station. And this is long before the advent of the cell phone, yeah, yes. And so they're waiting for me. I didn't show up, and they figured, he chickened out. Znaš, on je odustao, nema ga, veliko razočarenje, oni se vrate u Kragujevac. Međutim, ja stigao ujutru sljedeći, sutradan i ništa, mislim. I u vozu je bio haos, mislim, a to za drugi put. A u svakom slučaju, ja se iskrsnuo tamo i koja je to železnička stanica Beograd tada u to vreme. Mislim, to je tako mnoštvo tela, to gužva, koji su to boje, koji su to mirisi, koji je to prizor za mene. Ja sam potpuno bio u haosu. And so anyway, man, jedna devojka koju sam upoznao u vozu, ona meni pomogla. Ona mi je kupila kartu za Kragujevac, a da nije bilo ona. Mislim, prvo, ne bih znao gde da krenem, kako izgleda ona autobuska stanica, pored železničke stanice tamo. To sve na ćirilicom. Ništa nisam znao, ništa nisam mogao da čitam, ništa na pojma nisam, a to laktanje tipično tamo. Nije to kao ovdje da svi čekaju na red, da neko može da ti izađu u susret i objasni nešto. Ne, ona mi je uzela kartu i ja ušao u autobus i tako sam ja stigao u Kragujevac i ima tu i 15 avantura uz put, dok nisam stigao tamo, a to za drugi put. Onda sam došao tamo negde popodne i taksista je prepoznao, kažem, Đanka Veselinović, number 3, on kaže, da vidim ja to, ja mu dao ono papir. Tocak stanuje. Ja vidim, on zna Tocak stanuje, kao, jer toliko sam razumio, on kaže Tocak. I mi išli tamo, otišli, a niko nije bio kući. I ja stao, mislim, ne znam šta da radim, stojim, čekam, umirem, kad je naišla neka žena sa nekom detetom, ona gleda u mene i onda ona kaže, David. Kažem, yeah. Kaže, I am Biljana, I am Tocak's wife. This is Nijo. I to je njegov sin bio. I tako ona kaže, ajde ostavimo tvoje, you take things inside and now we go where they practice. They practice in domu. What's doma? What's domu? Dom, omladina. What is that? Okay, you will see, you know. And so she drags me down the street and we go into Dom omladina and vežbali smo, odnosno smak vežbala dole u podrumu i ja ništa, ona kaže, čekaj, you wait here, I'm gonna trick them, you know. She spoke English pretty well. And so she went inside down there and I'm waiting up, it was sort of like a storm cellar or something. And anyway, I was waiting for about 5 minutes and then she poked her head out and she goes, okay, come, you know. And I remember I walked in and these guys, I don't know what she told them, but they weren't expecting me, that's for sure. Because when I walked in, man, it's like the look of shock on their faces, especially the, yeah, ti si došao, jebote, and all these guys shaking hands with me, whatever, man, I don't know. I was just a little bit overwhelmed. And that was the beginning of my association. So Boris, he spoke English, Biljana spoke English, and that was about it. They didn't speak English very well, and within about 2 or 3 days of only being able to communicate with Boris and Biljana, I decided quite naturally that the first order of business was to learn how to speak Serbian, which I did.